The report is being described as an important opportunity to acknowledge feelings of discrimination within a marginalized community. But many say it unfairly portrays Zionists as bullies that harass Muslim, Arab, and Palestinian and allied residents across the city. A Human Relations Subcommittee on the Davis City Council published a report on the experience of Muslims, Arabs, Palestinians, and allies based off of this survey.
I think it's sad that it's controversial. The thing I heard most of all was people saying, we're finally being heard and listened to. Our voices matter in this town too.
But many residents, including the greater Jewish community, claim that it unfairly blames Jewish and Zionist residents for Islamophobia.
I felt, as a member of the Jewish community in Davis, the report was an attack against me, my family, my community. It demeaned, deprecated anyone who was a Jewish Zionist. It seemed clear to me that the effect of this report would be to communicate to the Davis community that Jews were a threat.
Jewish resident and UC Davis professor Amir Cole, who was denied a role on the subcommittee, says the report conflates Zionism with inflammatory language, accusing individuals and groups like Aggies for Israel of surveillance and harassment by, quote, angry or fascist Zionists described as, quote, relentless bullies.
It was an indictment against people who think that Israel has a right to exist as a nation state of the Jewish people.
Daphna Ramil is a member of the Sacramento Jewish Community Relations Council, one of the 4 local Jewish organizations who have criticized the report.
If they don't condemn this report and reject everything that stems from it, they will be declaring publicly that the Jewish community is a menace to society, and we don't belong here.
One section highlights the weaponization of anti-Semitism.
It accuses Jewish people in Davis of using anti-Semitism as a way to weaponize against MAPA people. So not as a true, real concern, right, of us as Jews being, targeted and discriminated against, but rather as a way, as a manipulative, cynical way to use those real concerns against other people.
Muslim community member Am Kemtruck says the recommendations are not intended to put the blame on any group.
They're not targeting, anybody in any violent way whatsoever. They're actually just asking for acknowledgement and education. If some people felt it was more in one area than another, it could also be their personal feeling.
Recommendations include acknowledging discrimination, providing education on freedom of speech, and inviting Hate-Free Together to partner with the city to develop shared anti-bias materials. Now, that vote is set to take place tomorrow night at 5:30 p.m. right here at City Hall. Reporting in Davis, covering local news that matters, Juliette Smith, Fox 40 News.